It's easy to forget, but Insomniac's Spider-Man was absolute breath of fresh air in 2018. There was never a real shortage of Spider-Man games, which only built pressure on Insomniac to make something remarkable.
Why is that so good? Even though it's vertical, that's giving me the sensation of speed that I was kind of looking for.
And building a Spider-Man game meant making a superhero game that lets you move. The size didn't really matter as long as the feel of the absolute freedom was there. Let's start with the game's foundation and how it brings the sensation of being Spider-Man to life. Insomniac Games created a physics-based system for web swinging, which adds a realistic touch to Spider-Man's movements. It takes into account factors like momentum, gravity, and the environment. You can actually see the individual web strings you shoot out attaching to the surrounding buildings. And if there isn't anything to attach to, well, then you can't do the move. You swing up too high above all the buildings and you can only fall back down. You can effortlessly transition from swinging through the air to running up walls or diving down towards the ground, creating a sense of continuous flow and freedom. You can play the game for 5 minutes and you will understand that above everything else in this game, the swinging mechanic was absolute focus. Everything else had to obey this mechanic working no matter what, and it shows. There was this one time I finished a mission and I've zoned out thinking about something else. After a good 5 minutes, I've realized I was just swinging around the map the whole time, without thinking about it. It was so natural to me, I barely noticed I'm playing the game. Things like combat, minigames based on traversal, or haptic feedback from the DualSense controller. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're playing the game on PC, please get the PlayStation 5 controller, you will thank me. It's been 5 years and this game was not topped by anyone in game industry, not even close. While the Spider-Man canon story always has a little different approach by different writers, Insomniac stays true to most character traits and original lore too. Peter is the awkward, joke-throwing, agile spider we know. He has issues balancing his other life and falls down the same pits. Graphically, the original game was unbelievable and the 2023 remaster only added to it. And now that we had the opportunity to finally see a good chunk of the real gameplay from the new game, I know there is a lot to be excited about. Roughly, what we are being promised is the symbiote gameplay, which a lot of people wanted. We will also be fairly smoothly transitioning between Peter and Miles through the game, somewhat similar to the fights Kratos and Atreus have in God of War Ragnarok. Story-wise, the game will have a lot to show and I'm not too worried about the quality of that. What piques my interest is the new combat, the swinging system upgrades, or not, and just how will Insomniac push what they have built the first time around. I say the game has a lot to live up to, but it hardly stops at a better gameplay. It's doubtful you have missed the news this studio is also developing a Wolverine game. And that announcement alone has some insane baggage attached to it. The last Wolverine was probably the best superhero game I remember playing. As far as I'm concerned, assuming Insomniac can truly pull off another absolute slap, the video game side of Marvel Studios keeps looking much better than, well, really anything else.